And I think the key thing that I want to leave is to really do whatever you can to respect these individuals with dignity and grace. Treat them exactly how you want to be treated. That's the key thing that I want to just leave you with.
Yeah, I always like to look forward. We look at things in generations. So when we look forward 20 years, how can we change our relationship with American Indian, Alaska Natives, Indigenous people, and other people of color? How can we get to that point where we are all healthy and none of us have these health disparities? And a lot of it, the things that kept us strong, our foods, food is our medicine, that will keep all of us strong.
You are willing to do this, even though I'm sure you must be busy and there's other priorities. So any affirmations about their strengths or efforts or intentions is a good way to help normalize the ambivalence. Is another thing we talked about. Like, of course, it's normal that you're a little nervous about inviting me in or talking to me about this. So normalizing that as well, and then strategies to help evoke motivation.
Family is not always people who live in your house or people who share your blood. Who are the people that are your community that can support you and you can support them? So that might be a mom's group, that might be a community organization, but find those folks who are in your community that can help you, that you trust with your child, that you trust with yourself, that can give you a break every now and then. And I'll say this, I asked you earlier who taught you. I also want you all to think about what you are teaching. Even being a single mother, and I'm not saying that it's easy, but what lessons do you want your children to pick up as they observe you and how you approach work? Find community and allow that community to help.
We struggle a lot, especially with the Pacific Islander community, in finding the professionals, right? Because all of us who have done lactation professional training or any kind of professional training know that it takes a lot of hours, and a lot of those hours are unpaid for a long time, right? And so it's really challenging. And then we look around and we say, why don't we have more Samoan IBCLCs? Why don't we have more Native Hawaiian IBCLCs? Well, who has the time to go and shadow 500 to 1,000 hours for unpaid work, right? And so I think that there are creative solutions to find ways to either support people who are going to go through the full length of programming and are committed to turning around and serving community, and also find ways to deprofessionalize breastfeeding support, right? And so I look to like Brandy Gates over here in in the Bay Area, who does the Breast Friends group, right? Where there's one lactation professional there, but it gives our knowledge back to our communities and also reassures our communities that a lot of times we can look to each other for the support that we need. We don't need to go into the institution and to the professional to get that kind of support, but sometimes we need the resources from the institution to open up those spaces and have the connection to the resources there. Thank you.
My hope is that you continue to find ways to do some work, that kind of soul work I talked about, where you really prioritize not only caring for yourself and caring for your community, but while you're doing this work, you see that as reciprocal. To see this work as an act of resistance, or really resisting some of the structural inequalities that are barriers to the way in which y'all are trying to enrich people's lives.